Now, there are 201 Ukrainians in the Middle East and the Gulf region, and another 34 are ready to be sent. They are military specialists, experts who know how to help, how to defend against drones. Our teams are already in the Emirates, in Qatar, in Saudi Arabia, and on their way to Kuwait. We are working with several other countries. Agreements are already in place. We don't want this terror from the Iranian regime against its neighbors to succeed, and I sent these military specialists at the request of our partners, including the United States. In fact, this is part of the drone agreement that we proposed to the United States, in which we work together and which is still open. The United Kingdom can see these opportunities very clearly. Our agreements are always solid partnerships, and I'm glad that today we signed a declaration with the Prime Minister. I thank you very much, Keir. Armies in the Middle East and the Gulf region have good protection against missiles, including Iranian ballistic missiles. The Patriot and THAAD systems work well, although they are expensive, but terrorist regimes are always looking for ways to break through defenses and make killing cheaper. Iran started producing Shahed drones years ago, attack drones that now, after upgrades, are even more dangerous than missiles. In Ukraine, we had to learn how to defend ourselves against them. About 3 years ago, Russia received Shaheds from the Iranian regime. These are drones designed to destroy expensive critical infrastructure targets at a low cost. Iran taught Russia how to launch them and provided the technology to produce them. Russia then improved them. And now we have clear evidence that the Iranian Shaheds used in the region contain Russian components. Therefore, what is happening around Iran today is not a distant war for us because of the cooperation between Russia and Iran. And we don't believe we have the right to be indifferent even if we are separated from it. Shared suffering or danger on the edge of a vast ocean, an ocean, no matter how big and beautiful it is or anything else, ballistic missiles can reach targets thousands of kilometers away. Drones can do the same. But if evil prevails, the evolution of war will cross all distances. On the face of the earth, no ocean will help, no matter if it's desert or mountain. That's why it's extremely valuable to help protect life. The regimes of Russia and Iran are united by the same feeling of hatred, and that's why they are brothers in arms. And we want regimes based on hatred to never win at anything. And we want none of these regimes to threaten Europe or our partners. Can we simply coexist with regimes like that? Ukraine tried to live peacefully with Russia, and there were 2 invasions in 10 years. Unfortunately, this is the result we see. The Middle East hasn't had a single year of true peace while that regime has been in Iran. And we are entering a time when these regimes are acquiring new ways to kill at low cost and over long distances using AI just like before. Simply because they want to destroy you and can force their own people to work for war. An Iranian Shahed costs about $50,000. To shoot it down, partners often use missiles, some costing up to $4 million, or fighter jets, which are also very expensive. The Iranians knew that no air defense in the world would be enough to stop these drones, this number of drones, and we were the ones who changed that. In Ukraine, we stopped one of these drones with 2 or 3 interceptors, small interceptors that cost less than $10,000 in total. Therefore, our approach is much more cost-effective than anything our partners are currently using. Dear friends, we need to build security in such a way that the evolution of security is always ahead of the evolution of war. And it's not just about a state launching attacks. We need to be ready for any kind of attack, including non-state actors, criminal networks, terrorist groups, and even lone attackers who may have access to these technologies. With the spread of drones, mass attacks no longer cost billions, they cost much less. Unfortunately, it's no longer just a wealthy lunatic like Putin who can afford this. But even now, even he is still getting money as the sanctions against him are being lifted. And of course, I appreciate that the United Kingdom is not doing that. Thank you very much. And we see it the same way. Strong support for Ukraine, tough sanctions against Russia, and joint defense projects are the only basis for effective diplomacy. To end this war, aggressors don't end wars because they suddenly want to. They stop when they can no longer continue. That's why pressure is crucial. I thank Great Britain for understanding this. Thank you. At this moment, I do.